Okay, I'm Councillor Jane Urquhart and I'm here today with Nick Murphy to talk to you about fire safety works in our high-rise accommodation. You'll know that following the awful tragedy at Grenfell Tower in London, we've been working really hard with fire service colleagues to work out what are the things we need to do to make our high-rise accommodation as safe as it can be. Next week, at the Executive Board of the Council, we'll be taking the decision to do some really important fire safety works in all of our high-rise accommodation, and that will include fitting sprinklers in communal areas and in flats for those people who live in our high-rise blocks. Nick's going to say a bit more about the detail of some of that work. Nick?
Yes, we're looking forward to the Council decision to carry out additional fire safety improvements, looking at installing sprinklers, looking at improving the intercom system, which is what our tenants said was really important to them. We've been doing some background work to get ready for the decision, and as soon as that's made, we want to start implementing the improvements. We intend to start in Woodthorpe and Winchester, where we're already doing some work to those blocks, and then we're going to roll out the improvements to the other tower blocks around the city. And what we're committing to do is to hold block events in each of the blocks so people can find out more about how the sprinklers work and ask any other questions that they've got before we start installing the sprinklers. We're writing to all the tenants who live in a high-rise block. Those letters should be hand-delivered this week. It explains that the Council is going to be making a decision next week, and if the Council does make a decision to go ahead with the improvements, we're committing to hold further events in each block where we'll demonstrate sprinklers. People can ask any questions they've got before we start installing them.
Nottingham City Council and Nottingham City Homes feel that it's really important to get on and do this work as soon as we're able to, even though it costs a great deal of money. We have written to the government to ask them to fund the works because we think this is something that the government should pay for. At the moment, the government's refused to come through with that funding, but we think it's important to go ahead and get the works done anyway. We will continue to lobby and campaign for the government to foot the bill.